So I'm gonna try another one of these. Um, I thought at first about, um, well, first I'm talking about COVID-19, and this one's going up on YouTube, and I don't make money off of YouTube, so I don't care if it gets demonetized. Which, fun fact, any YouTube video that has certain keywords like coronavirus, COVID-19, or the more dubious China flu or Wuhan, whatever flu, are automatically being demonetized. So even if they're informational, factual, whatever, it's just across the board, which I don't quite understand, but whatever. Supposedly it's to stop the spread of misinformation, and I guess the idea is the people who genuinely care won't care if they're not getting paid for it, and the people who are just trying to profit off of it will be discouraged. But moving on, I thought I was going to talk about maybe the politics of it, or what the impact could have on the economy, or will have, or is having. But I decided I would focus more on the human aspect of this outbreak. And by human aspect, and it's dark in here because it's night, so I don't keep the lights on high. By human aspect, I mean the fact that people are talking how, and this is true to a degree, people who are poor, disabled, Native American, or other minorities are less likely to get good treatment for this for whatever reason. And I guess that's potentially true, but I don't think it's wholly true. And the reason I don't think it's wholly true is because at the end of the day, doctors are treating people. Hospitals are treating people. The real limiting factor at this point is how quickly they're getting cases over a short period of time. So, I guess what I would like to say to people out there that, like me, kind of feel like they have a cloud hanging over their head throughout all this is don't focus on the politics, like the liberals are doing this, the Republicans are doing that, Democrats are doing this, or the economy. I have two very needy cats at the moment, so you'll just have to excuse them. Come on. Kitty. Focus on the fact that this is not ultimately an issue of race or political motivations, or, well, it kind of is an issue of economics just due to the way the country is set up, but it's a human issue. How much money you have and the kind of treatment you can afford isn't necessarily a determining factor as to whether or not you'll live if you catch this. Young people are dying, old people are surviving, old people are dying, young people are surviving. We have seen the stats and statistics that say elderly, 65 and up, I think is the current number, have a greatly increased risk of respiratory failure than people who are below the age of 40. But this is affecting everybody. Like, anybody can get it, anybody can die from it. It's spreading faster than just about any disease we've had on record so far. And all arguing over politics or resources or who said what or whatever is just slowing down and distracting from progress of the real issue, which is that people are getting sick, people are dying, they need to be treated, and we don't have an effective means of treatment. And some people are actively blocking effective means of treatment for who knows why. You can speculate over pride, or policy, or money, or whatever, but I don't know why. Well, the insurance companies, I do know why, because they're insurance companies. Their goal is not to pay you money. But as far as the rest of it, at the end of the day, when you look at who can catch it and who can die, none of those really matter. You stop it. Our goal as people, regardless of ethnicity, geography. Will you stop it? I'm trying to record a video. Alright, fine, you get up here too. Regardless of any of that, our goal should to find ways to help hospitals treat it. We can do this individually. We can put pressure on larger organizations, whether they be governmental or private industry, whatever. We can put pressure on them to do it. You can do, if you have a 3D printer, you can do what I'm doing. I am printing all kinds of face masks, not quite respirators, but better than cloth-made masks, not as good as, say, an N95 respirator. All of us can do something, and sometimes that little thing is just staying at home as much as possible and doing nothing. Whatever we can do to either lighten the hospital load, the supply load, or the administrative load will help. Whether it, again, not infecting new people, not risking infection ourselves, giving people the equipment they need to be able to function and treat this. There are all kinds of things all of us can do, and it's kind of like a World War II moment, where right after we got bombed at Pearl Harbor, the entire country kind of unified and looked at, and individuals, industry, everybody looked at what we needed to do to be able to fight and win. And while this isn't a military endeavor, I feel the mindset should be the same. Government agencies, private organizations, Fortune 500 companies, all of us at this point have an equal chance of getting it, and maybe not an equal chance of dying, but all of us are at risk of dying from it or being permanently affected by it. So all of us need to look at what we can do, how we can do it, and start doing it. Maintain critical infrastructure, or just stay home. We're all going to have different roles to play, but we all can contribute and help each other out collectively. So that's my message. Listen to, as much as I can't believe I'm saying this, listen to the government mandates to stay home and limit your contact with other people. Listen to the CDC recommendations on staying clean. Listen, actually, and here's another piece of advice for people out there who are getting all kinds of conflicting sources of information. Call your hospital up. The ones here where I live have a hotline set up specifically for COVID-19. You can call in and you can say, I have questions, I don't know what's real or what to do. You can go to their website and you can say, look for similar information. Excuse me while I get this work done. Our goal collectively should be to ask ourselves what we can do to help and to get information from the closest legitimate source, because that will be the most relevant to us. We all won't have the same information, but we will all have the most current relevant information to our location and basically our general way of living. And there you go. Sorry about the cats. They've been like that all day. It's springtime. So, there you are. I hope everybody stays safe. I hope nobody I know gets this thing. And I hope everybody either stays smart or gets smarter.